Hi, and welcome to Allot on Air. During the next 10 minutes, we'll be meeting with industry experts to discuss the hottest trends in telecom, cybersecurity, and network intelligence. I'm Seth Greenberg, Director of Corporate Communications at Allot, and joining us today in the Allot on Air studio is Ariel Cohen, Senior Product Manager for Telco Cloud and Network Automation Products at Allot. Ariel, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, and thank you for having me here.
It is a pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Let's start off with a little bit about who you are, what you do, how you got here. Maybe if you can give us a bit of background.
Sure. Well, I've been in the telecommunication industry for like the past 20 years, which is pretty much a lot of time. I have been a product manager for the past 10. I started, surprisingly, as a product manager for radio transmission equipment that connects the radio equipment from rural site to central locations. And that was a very interesting job, which actually took me all over the world. I've been to Trinidad, to Tobago, to Kazakhstan, to Japan. I've actually been 5 times to Japan, which was wonderful.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, they have great food. And later I moved on. I worked for a company that specialized in network monitoring solutions. And that was more or less when the NFV hype started to materialize. Now, when I say started to materialize, the standard was existing before, but it actually started to materialize more or less at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And in this company, we got a huge RFP from AT&T for a fully virtualized network monitoring solution at a nationwide scale. And for AT&T, nationwide is huge. So the long process to comply to AT&T requirements got me really familiar with this technology, with NFV. I have to say that I saw a great potential in this technology as a disruptive technology, and I really got hooked. It was very, very interesting. My move to Allot was really in perfect timing because when I moved here, we started to get requirements from tier 1 operators to support NFV, and I saw that I could really contribute for my experience to this move. And with the challenges we're facing today, I'm happy to say that I feel I am still contributing to the organization.
Well, that's quite a history. That's
Yeah.
So when not everybody can see that you're smiling when you're talking about it. So it's just you really have enjoyed what you're doing, and that's important. So wow, that's pretty exciting stuff. Can you tell me some of the interesting things that you're working on now?
Sure, happy to. The NFV hype is materializing, and it's already transitioning to a super hype called cloud native technology. It's very interesting to take this really super complex technology and implement it as a working solution using Allot entire portfolio for operators around the world. I'm working currently with tier 1 operators looking to expand their network and migrate from legacy to NFV-based networks. I'm also actually working with some new tier 1 operators, and being new means that they don't have an existing legacy-based network. Rather, they're building their entire network from day one using NFV and cloud-native technology. I really feel that we are together creating this brave new world where everything is a service that can run on any infrastructure.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So how does cloud native relate to telcos and communication service providers? What does that
You have good questions, Seth. So cloud native actually relates to any service provider, not just telcos. Of course, we are in the world of telcos, but it's for anyone. And it's for anyone who embarked on a journey of offering their solution as a service on any infrastructure, be it on-prem, on the cloud, public, private, any type of cloud. And cloud native really means that everyone is part of this undertaking, not just the customers, also the vendors. In cloud native, you really design everything from the bottom up to run on this sort of technology and thus reap its benefits. Telcos today are transitioning to cloud native, and that means that they can run on many types of different infrastructure. They can spin up services instantly and enjoy the reduction in CapEx because they do it, and also much of the operational costs because most of the operations are automated. Just as an example, we have a 5G tier 1 customer that is deploying today various parts of its network on a combination of private cloud, public cloud, It's spinning up new services only when they are needed. It is managing all of them from a single pane of glass, from a central location. And all of this is possible due to the adoption of cloud-native technologies.
Okay, so I see that Allot is involved in some projects now that that are drawing the company toward cloud native and containerized deployments.
Yes.
So is this the trend? Is there a demand for this these kind of architectures to support 5G, or what's the story there? What are the challenges? What are you seeing when you're out there deploying?
Oh, we're seeing lots of stuff. Actually, trend is a word I don't like anymore because it's far more than a trend. I believe that cloud native is really the future of telecommunications. For example, we have Rakuten, a tier 1 operator in Japan, and we have another tier 1 operator in the USA, which are both adopting 5G and cloud native technologies. Both of these operators in my examples are greenfield operators. They are building a brand new 5G telecommunications network. They are utilizing cloud native technology to do so. And because of this, they are not hindered by existing legacy-based infrastructure. They are free to create their cutting-edge network services. But still, the challenges are huge. This was never done before. How do you create a fully service-based network where automation and elastic workloads constitute a fully functional network, and you expect all of this to work at 5G data rates? How do you automate all of this, all of the management that the network basically manages itself? How do you support huge data rates when the infrastructure and the services running on it are ephemeral by nature? And by ephemeral, I mean that they can spin up and disappear in an instant. All of this is really being invented today, and Allot is proud to be part of this journey.
Well, that seems that they should be. That's
Yeah.
very impressive that you can keep up with that. What are how do the telecoms and the communication services? How can they keep up with it? I mean, what should they be doing?
Well, I think that they really should be looking about how to initially maximize their existing investment, because they have invested a lot, while remaining very watchful to the coming future, which is 5G and cloud native, and really see how it aligns to their strategic goals. Obviously, operators cannot remain oblivious to this technology. However, they can and should definitely pace themselves and match their adoption rate to this technology. Moving to cloud native requires all the organization to align to this goal and also to acquire new skill sets. This cannot happen overnight, and the entire organization needs to be committed to it.
So, can you give me, without mentioning names?
Yeah.
Can you, of course, can you give me an idea of how your team might have helped some of these telecoms and CSPs with this sort of technology?
Sure, I can try.
Okay, but again, no names.
No names,
No
of
names.
course. Well, Allot comes from a vast history of being an expert in telecommunications network. We really have a vast knowledge and know-how and help our customers maximize their network potential using our existing DPI technology. And we are using also our security technology in order to manage all of the security of the customer. We see today that many CSPs that have deployed NFV-based networks are well on their way to be cloud native, and we are deeply engaged with them in this process. We have acquired much knowledge in this process and the know-how in order to help the customer achieve its goals. Just as an example, to make this real, we have a major tier 1 customer in Europe who had a very ambitious target of performing all the upgrades and expansions on NFV-based technology only. No more legacy, no more proprietary hardware, nothing of that. In this process, Allot has gained a status of a trusted advisor and not just a vendor, and really helped the customer design its network in a way that best maximizes the capacity it can achieve from this network. Allot, by doing so, I believe, has saved them a significant amount of money, and the rewards were quick to come, because once we did the initial deployment of 3 sites, which are based on NFV, we got an additional PO for 12 more NFV sites. So that was absolutely...
That takes an amazing amount of trust.
Yeah, I agree.
That they would come and actually trust you to make such a huge overhaul.
Definitely. It was a process that we worked together.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So looking forward, what do you see as some of the trends that CSPs are going to be facing, maybe because of this technology or even beyond this technology? What are they going to be seeing?
Well, beyond cloud native, I'd really have to be God to say.
That's really the cutting edge right now.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. But, really looking forward, cloud native has just started to be adopted by CSPs. And I would say that 5G and cloud native are definitely the top trends, and they are here to stay. Embracing and deploying this technology requires a significant cross-organizational effort and commitment. It's hard to say when it will be commercially mature, but it's going there. Many operators today are boasting 5G deployments. You can see it all around. I was in New York not long ago, and I saw lots of 5G ads in the city.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, these are operators that deployed 5G radio, but 4G core. This is referred to as NSA deployment. And I believe this will remain the case for...
I saw NSA. What did that stand for?
Non-standalone.
Non-standalone,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Definitely. But still, while deploying 5G NSA, many CSPs will no doubt be heavily engaged in this kind of technology, and they are well on their way doing POCs for a full 5G cloud-native technology. And I'm happy to say that Allot is selected for several such POCs for a tier 1 operator in the USA. We are going hand in hand with them to achieve their ambitious goals of fully cloud-native 5G network.
Well, this is exciting stuff. I mean, this is really at the cutting edge, if I understand that what you're telling me. That's it's really is eye-opening to me, because I hear all these terms and technologies, but I didn't really grasp how far ahead we're
I'm happy I could.
I appreciate that. What if our customers or if our listeners want to get in touch with you? If listeners want to hear you, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, I can give your phone number.
That's fine.
Okay, but definitely email, and if it's any requirement for a meeting, I'm happy to attend. I'm always happy to attend meetings, and I have my phone number, so
okay,
I'm wide open.
Fantastic. So for those of you who are interested, it's Ariel Cohen, Senior Product Manager for Telco Cloud and Network Automation Products at Allot. Thank you for coming over today.
Thank you.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening. You can get more information about network intelligence and security solutions for service providers and enterprises on our website at allot.com. Subscribe to this podcast to make sure you hear about new trends and technologies on the next episode of Allot on Air.